So bodium e ho ma me na ye damango nsem a ye ka ho relationship asem ye nkwa homa so na ye ne counselor Daniel Fenyi enko twetwe enkomo emfasa ensem no ho counselor wadaroma otime nka mo akwa badoba be radio so
yo mejo si bebre me dase
na mpacho wapomu
ya me kran kakran na wonso
mpacho wadaroma yenso ye ho odin se twrosem no
yo ya da dase
Wadaroma anopedie ye ba wonche na ye ba besua ade kakra na nina no fa enura rehosem a oman etiye efa constable Sandra Damango enhwehwemu ekire se ono ankasa ne kanchema akoto se wakofa empena fofra nam so ama broken heart aka no amonam so de agene kra edi afini nsem abeya rehosem eno ene ye ba ncha besua so aye counselor ya na ya ye mrantie ne maba awai se eba se ya na anamon ben ene wo se yitu
yo menda si bebre na memfa akwanya wezu nchia otiefo nyina na relationship ewo ho make say ho na me kire say yanjin to say relationship is normal once obedru in fear bi no people expect to say obeware so all your bar me fancy from a 25-26 society is looking at you with some eye all your man so me fancy around that same age to be say 30 and also society is looking at you in preparation towards marriage na dating na courtship so who be here say mobe steady mo sometimes we be ka kwasra ne yankon we be ka kwhwe ne yanko all these just to let you know the other partner or no be settle the rest of your life. Two, so that is the first point, that relationship is there. It is very legal, it is very logical, and it makes a lot of sense that you are in a relationship. May assure say obi tie what is this situation into a could break it up with a partner out of fear and all that. No, don't do that. It is very normal. Two, yes, anjin to say ebufu ewo anger ewo at one point in time in our lives or the other. We have been angry by or at somebody or at something into no ye be die dakro ububefu ewo obi so and a situation be so into that must be also taking note of. Number 3, yen sign to me say disappointments ewo disappointment naturally say ebi wo ho a weni dan pa bi so o expect sanko be ye saade we na mbom ono so anye no sa. That is where you get disappointed. In Tinkaibia 10 o'clock a.m. you expect somebody to be in Accra, but 10 when medru and our you'll be disappointed. You expect that somebody will remain faithful to you in a relationship, but ebia nkobana sa wase ko another guy, wase ko another lady na dream crab and we have gone through so all these situations I'm discussing in a normal human life. I mean, even people who are already married, sometimes when they go out and they meet another guy and they meet another lady, oh my dream oh, this is a guy who is very nice, let me rule. We all do these things. Disappointment a part of our lives. Now, having said all these things, how to deal with disappointment. Oh no, partner. You find some more plan a marriage, more plan how to lead your lives. All of a sudden, something happens. Your partner is cheating on you, or something, an argument be about over something. What do you do? The first thing is that understand that you will all not agree on everything 100% throughout your life. There will always be once upon a time where you disagreed on something. So understand that. Number 2, understand that your partner or your bema na utie me understand say o girlfriend no and o boyfriend no okwa abonten a mbema better ata na so nti the first one na share one doesn't mean say no man can propose to her again. In fact, I tell young people that if you are with your girlfriend na beye afe mienu bema bia nse in the pair, there's something wrong somewhere, so you should even check. Because else our girl no mbema se ne pe wo your bounce na wuti emi a fashion wuti mu say o boyfriend no or step it out obenhu oba bia no ye first no obenhu oba bia nisu ban ye papa se no obenhu oba bia oye tenten se no obenhu oba bia wa ko school se no into one sure beka kwase ne pe. That is also there. How do you manage such situations is now very important. So for example, we are bema, you have realized that o girl na on ne wo ho no or bema foforo bi nso ene tata no so anase ne pe wehu saade we. The first thing is to draw your woman's attention. In very faithful relationships, could be oba na mpo no beka kire ne boy no say oh obema bi so ha madwin I mean you know that. But young fans say we crowd the girl no nka nkyerɛ because probably she's a bit interested in the other guy too. Don't nka observe her. There's a particular point in time in a day mokasa one day mokasa be 2 or 3 times. I'm talking of the distant relationship people, but you realize that at a point the number of times I'm communicating they reducing, draw her attention. Maybe I don't know why first no nanko pick a caller when him na why no call navy but nancy or pick it when you call no picking a wa the appear one thing, draw her attention that this is not how she was. I mean, have these kind of open discussions and open conversations because sometimes the situation is not even as you think it is. Maybe I call no the PR bonting impono and you'll be so harmful to the relationship. She just wanted to go out. And to have that conversation. At a point, there are times too that you realize that partner no nipa be attention too much. That one to draw her attention that no. Recently, nipa we attention too much. That's anytime you have a be alpha. Or missing the call, or return the call. No, what's going on? What's happening? Obi be nyambotra chechire mu achira obi nyambotra chechire mu achira nya we nyambotra chechire mu achira no why do you step out of the relationship peacefully? You just move out of the relationship. Look, I always say these things that there are a lot of things that we don't have choices over them. Okay, so sometimes depending on the idea or parents or school because sometimes you don't have choices. Oh mommy so this car, papa so this country, they put you in a particular school, they give you a particular food. You don't really have a choice. But thanks be to God that one of the things He gave us pure choice over is our partner. That's one. Whether you are from a poor background, a rich background, whether you are tall, whether you are short, whether you are fair, whether you are dark, the decision to propose to a particular girl, the decision to accept a particular man, 100% lies with you. Into you could take a decision be let you come now realize or ban this will buy yet to send you na the most sensible thing to do is to step out. You don't fight, you don't beat, you don't insult, you don't kill like the situation we are discussing now. Now the guy has killed somebody. You don't do these things. You just step out, accept that the fault is yours. You made the wrong choice. Okay, so the problem is not with the lady. The problem is with you, the guy, and your uninformed choices that will make it. Oh yeah, choice, papa. Kabana only nipanete. One your choice, papa. Until I realize a nipano will cheat on you, and now why is something wrong? And then you step out. To the lady who is now dead or victim, I have told all ladies, and I'll keep on reminding them that a boyfriend cry cheating on you. Okay. Sometimes depending on the circumstances, you can even forgive him. But when your boyfriend slaps you or hits you, break up. Don't think twice. We could lady no. Not that could be why argument man guy no crowd the next but or fan so we and say normal anger into our fan the next time being so better no war debate be guy no hitting about trying to boot back. Some of these things are signals that your partner is violent. In fact, sometimes for me, when it gets to even the worst case scenario, I tell ladies that no too many he insults you verbally, abuse you verbally, could leave the relationship. Because it means there's a man who can really abuse you. Because the average man does not insult plenty. You know, since I was born out in now, me who Bema be a wage baby, ham giddy so ham send him our ham. To your banner could share maybe on to me ham about 3 hours, no ham. Words change words and all these things are start watching yourself. How much more Obama ultimate tenants are edible? So you're careful of some of these little things. Yeah.
Counselor, share we. Share Obama na oba wenya broken heart. And I'm open or send pan too.
All right. I see that okay. Normally, ubenya broken heart because what the whole rare and a wakuma would do share partner anymore, which we all normally do. I mean, when you love somebody, what you normally do is that all they will trust, all they will love. I have dealt with situations or ban or cry and loan, not the best support a partner. No? I mean, people make a lot of commitment, sometimes a lot of financial commitment, sometimes a lot of people even sometimes sacrifice their academic journey for their partner. I've dealt with situations where some of the partners have even sponsored their partner outside the country. Broken heart, yes, sometimes very painful. In fact, all the time, depending on the commitment level. When you go through broken heart, the first thing you have to do is to cry. Yes, cry. Don't crying is a way of letting out your emotions and a sign of weakness. Say opportunity ni be mum say was say usua cry. You cry and let out the emotions. When you are done with that, obi a team on your team ye. We all once upon our time in our lives, had somebody we love so much who died. Now you go through sad that me sure so be me. I hope baby ne mami wu ye. Obi nso tie me ne papa efiri mu. Obi nso tie me ne brother bi pa penasem, tabi pa penasem efiri mu. Obi nso tie me bi kwa ne role model bi, ne teacher bi, ne classmate bi open. I mean, we have all gone through that period before. Did you kill yourself? Did you kill somebody? Did you beat somebody just because your loved one is dead? So most of the times, I know it is not easy. I mean, I am accepting the fact that it is not easy. Say, obey your broken heart. But quickly, say, what is any panocran so no? Or yari no we and I say, a car question, be no kunya no free way. And that situation being a CC, the person is no longer available to you. What would you do? You will cry, but after the cry, life will still go on. Okay, the first thing obey also with broken heart is that as take it that the person is no longer in your life, the person is dead, the person is gone, and move on, like the way you do when your parent or your loved one dies. How you will behave in the same manner. Cry the first day, bury the person the second day, and move on the third day. It's not easy. It's not simple. We agree. But we have all moved on after our loved ones died. Why can't you move on with this? I know a lot of people are not able to move on with this because people feel say partner Sabi. So for example, ben bu a wahwe oba bi school mu, maybe a nursing training, teacher training, university kura. Na oba ni view school a house in there, we share them for front, you know. See, this one, it even goes beyond broken heart because broken heart, and you say, we're losing wonderful out on the palm. But we don't say, why Jews council, and now I also in Japan, so, and or they a movie. So, such a person, I am combining both broken heart and cheating as a Nippon assistant. Okay, when that happens, deal with the broken heart first. So you have lost a loved one. Maybe you have lost the person. So as I said, treat it as if it's a nipano crime and naturally you can pump out on Safreno. Uvia, maybe your fee say a bemono. If the one musica, what you was CD, we see nine cramano, and all these things. Number one, a beer, fashion and uncle. A year. That is, if you can live without that property, actually. So, for example, if you want to Nippon school away, not on way die. On no die, can your life go on? Over to what to be and you loan the I get also a bank and dine or Nasadiano. Not a wow sika. Now the share no. I think you can decide to move on. So forgive, leave the person to nature, and you move. But the situation is maybe a walk with jail bossia, and I say, a bushia class assassin out the chair, and I say, I mean, I deal with the mind, you know. Channel. It's a fact that you have to take it back. Go and see some family people. Sometimes, or ban go and see them and tell them the reality that I was moving with your daughter. A bit of our relationship, families maybe are aware. But the family look like get aware, gather the courage and move to the family. That more daughter no, I get in penna. The share no level 100, level 200, level 300, and I'm a class as we man or caswa, and I'm a see that we man who kumase. But the start process when I be as a car, loan or bank, na me go to school fees no. Me kwaje menyan ko iniska na me kota asase no menyan ko ne jiska no bank ne jiska no inti no one trans na menye nhyehyeye on how you can retrieve, and this is a very genuine concern. So yes, you wicked, you are expressing genuine concern. Bank ne jiska and now yan ko ne jiska, so you really have to collect the money and give it back to these people when the going gets tough. So this is where you are meeting the lady's family, maybe an mommy, another papa, and will be a lady no respect, so that I'll to get your investment back. Maybe on the now Kwabuchi. I don't know to be said because you can't really bring her back. Maybe I want to know alcohol, particular status being where you can't really take it back. That is where you really feel the way they are. But when you can't do anything about it, leave it. That's how life is supposed to be. You change the things you can change and leave the things you cannot change. Don't burden yourself in your life trying to change the things you cannot change. Yes.
Can't say a baby you cry and wait, my say in French chat when you in common. How do you deal with a jealous partner? Ebia bibi kakra na nibuafu call crowd ya na nibuafu na the breakup aba no akọ no aba in such a relationship, no, how do you deal with such a partner?
Yes, okay, and also no yanjin tum say one love there's jealousy. Make us understand any moment and I say any condition your friends love and odo account any relationship be odo account and when I say relationship I didn't mean normal friendship. The way young baby cry young from Bama cry normal friendship say their classmates schoolmates so better some Being I beg no crama young, I'll be say. The sound young come your normal bearman and put another friend so being common wood, the grow or yeah. Oh, why you don't feel well? Because we want our own on the diablo. So jealousy is a normal part of every love affair. And two, it is a significant part of the love affair. In fact, jealousy is almost like the tool for measuring the extent of love. My mom, for example, one girlfriend or her, I know you're bad team, or your girlfriend. Na ukostra wanyanko bema. Inti, uwo boyfriend that ukostra wanyanko bema. Maybe our classmate be, schoolmate be, church person be ukostra. Na uchewa. Now, if you know boyfriend no one cashier, there's a problem. But you know, boyfriend, he's acting normal. So, if you are working, do your bow, work with share no one. I just 11 now, but she and I just 10 now, but she who sell boy and it's on normal or she TV. In fact, he's not bothered. He didn't even ask you why you kept so long. Nadia, there's a problem, and the problem is that the love is not that deep. Into jealousy, that's why I said it is a tool for sometimes measuring the extent of love that somebody has for you. God couldn't beat this protocol. So when God himself was dealing with the people of Israel, he himself mentioned that I am a jealous God. He said this because he genuinely loved the people of Israel. Okay. Into jealousy, they said that a negative concept because a negative but getting your question, we are now looking at one more. Sometimes we are expressing jealousy now to the extreme. And sometimes they don't even want their partner to step out. In fact, they don't even want their partner to dress well because if you say, "Oh, but dress you then they best they don't want their partner to dress well." There are certain guys that won't say, "When you're body and what girlfriend baby pet no work master too." They don't care to know the relationship they have because the boss no and then the pastor no and I mean there's nothing going on between them. No, when you identify that your partner is jealous, that is good, you stick it. However, when you identify that your partner is too jealous or expressing it to the extreme, sit down and talk to him. I mean, for me, from my angle or from my point, everything is about communication. Sit down and talk to him. Sometimes let him even go through your phone for him to be assured that there's nothing going on. Because many of these things, do also nipa need to be jealous because of idea. You see, nipa study and yaboa. Well, nipa yaboa. Normally, decisions that you take, is informed by normal you leader. In the crown, them and I are too jealous because when we said down the can we get cheaty. And that's when we said down the can bend the and then get enough for baby. In time, I see, why too careful, and that too carefulness, say relationship. So the first thing you have to do is to be 100% transparent with this jealous partner. So if you realize that your partner is too jealous, be 100% transparent. There's nothing going on. Okay, sorry. He should trust you. More you call on to say, private statement on you in the background. I mean, that kind of 100% openness. I think when you do that, every jealous partner there will be a bit okay. Now, when you do all these things, not on your okay. Not sometimes you cry or your online is insulting and all that, and that is where you have to advise yourself, or you have done everything within your human capacity. We're reducing the jealousy. So, my conclusion is that don't fight to remove jealousy from your relationship. Try to reduce it, because the moment jealousy moves out of the relationship is broken. Yes. Let's see how we can reduce and contain the jealousy not escalate into some bigger than we expect. Then quickly, lastly, let me chip in this that my relationship we should be so careful with something we call suspicion. Suspicion. Suspicion is killing more relationships than reality is. Suspicion. Hey, I know we suspect it the way you did it. Hey, I know we suspect it. Hey, I know we suspect it. Hey, I know we suspect it. That thing kills relationship than reality. And 90% of the things we suspect are not even real. We only assume, we only imagine, we only think. But ukupa obemusenka sanokra na situation no and presenia na was suspecting it in patrol. Anytime you see that you are beginning to suspect something, go in and ask questions so that you clear your suspicions. All right.
Okay. Kan sada na pay ye beda sepa ni adaje ni nchiremu a wanya edi aman wadaroma.
You yeah, some of that again.
Ya me shram. Enti ye ne counselor Daniel Fenyi ono eye obi a otufo pa wawade mu ene relationship mu ne na no pay ye ne no atwenkomo anopa bosuo dwumadi eso